What's up, guys? We are back again. Today I want to talk a little bit about opportunity. I'm probably going to talk about opportunity all the time, how it's everywhere, how you can take advantage of it. I'm giving you my two best places to get free wood, free lumber. Um, so yeah, let's get right into it. We'll have a little show and tell. I've got some wood pieces here to show you guys. So best two places to find free lumber, free wood, large manufacturers. So oftentimes these guys, like on a weekly basis probably, are getting shipments in large wooden crates of all sizes, but they can't just forever hold on to all this wood that they get constantly. So most of these places have a specific wood dumpster, um, and most of these places don't care if you take the wood out. I certainly recommend getting in touch. I've a couple places have called and said, "Hey, I see you guys got a wood dumpster. I was just wondering if I could pick through it and take some pieces." And they've all always said yes. They don't care. It just gets thrown away anyways. I don't even know what they do. It gets taken away in those large green dumpsters that you see on like semis. So who knows? I don't know if it goes in a landfill. I don't know if it gets burned. But either way, it kind of goes to waste. I mean, not, maybe necessarily, but certainly if it's just getting tossed in a dump, it's kind of going to waste. But I'm a wood nut. I hate seeing this wood go to waste. And if I can have it for free, heck yeah. So large manufacturers, that's probably my number one. That's probably where I've gotten the most free lumber from, and some really beautiful stuff too when it comes to like some of these pallet crates and things. The second one, you kind of have to have maybe some tools and things for this second one, like a chainsaw. But the brush dump. So if you have a local brush dump where people are throwing away logs or larger branches, anything like that, check there. I've gotten whole logs. I'm not going to take you guys outside. It's winter and there's snow everywhere. But at some point I'll probably show you. I've got a ton of logs outside stacked up, free, whole logs, good long lengths. I don't have a setup yet where I can cut them into boards, but hopefully maybe this summer I can get something going there where I could cut some of these logs into boards. But yeah, free. You can just go pick them up and take them home. So those are my top two places. I'm sure there's more. You could put posts on Facebook or whatever, and people are always cutting down trees. Say, hey, I'd love to take it away for you for free if you've got a tree, anything like that. So again, that type of opportunity is anywhere and everywhere as long as you're willing to try to look for it, right? So a little show and tell now on some of the pieces I have here, and hopefully you guys will agree with me that I'm not crazy. I'm a wood nut. I'll admit to that. I just every piece of wood that I look at looks beautiful to me. I love looking at the grain. But anyways, we'll get into it here. So here's one piece. I'm gonna try to get it close enough where you guys can see. Look at the grain. To me, this right here almost reminds me of the Starry Night painting, right? The way it's like painted in dashes. So this is a pretty decently, I don't know, probably an inch or more thick chunk and long, but that's, like probably off a larger pallet or a crate of some sort, but out of the wood bin at work, which also, guys, this is kind of how everything started for me. My store is called The Wood Bin. I got that name from where I work, where they also throw out wood, which I get wood from all the time. We have a large wood dumpster that we call the wood bin at work. And for the longest time, I was taking wood out of there. I haven't in a while just because I have so much that I don't need anymore right now. But yeah, the wood bin, that's what my store is called, and that's where I got the name from. But anyways, we'll keep going here. So that was a beautiful piece. Here's another nice, I get a ton of these. This is like, I don't know, maybe like 2¼ thick, something like that, 2½ maybe even. So I get a ton of these. This is, I believe, maple, solid maple, really nice chunk. You can see it's not, really cracked much, and it's really not even warped too much. And this type of stuff, guys, cleans up super easy on the CNC. Really easy to get something like this cleaned up, flattened. You know, you're never going to get a perfect piece out of the wood dumpster, but again, you can still do a ton with it, and super easy to clean up on the CNC machine. But you can see it's got a really nice grain to it. That's maple. I made a beautiful box out of this. And you can see how it's got the two kind of separate grains here, maybe the heartwood and that more outer like sapwood. But the way I made the box, I flipped the lid from the base so that the two woods here contrasted one another from the lid to the base. Hard to explain, but if you look up the Wood Bin in Washburn, Wisconsin on Facebook, scroll down, you'll see I made the lid look like a bag of seeds. I carved a design into it. In our area, lupins, it's a type of flower. They're really popular. Everybody loves them. They come out like early summertime, I think. But it's a big thing in our area, lupins. So I made this beautiful box. I made the lid look like a lupin seed bag. But look for that on the Wood Bin on Facebook, and you'll see how beautiful it is. But that came out of this. I cut a chunk off, and that came out of this chunk right here. Absolutely beautiful. Definitely check that out. But yeah, that's a nice big chunk. I've got, I don't know, probably hundreds of chunks like these at this point. And yeah, they make great things. They make really good trays. I made a lot of like organizing trays out of those. So here's just some more pieces. You can see the different colors in some of this wood. This is just a thin piece of pallet wood, but I've done cool stuff even with pallet wood. I made this beautiful jewelry box for a customer. It was mostly walnut, but then I did like an insert on the lid with cherry wood, and that was a chunk of pallet wood. Pallet wood it's so many different varieties, but most of it's just gorgeous, and it's usually cut out of like the smaller branches and limbs. You know, you're not going to use your big tree trunk to cut pallet wood. You're going to get big boards out of stuff like that. So often your pallet wood's made out of smaller diameter chunks. But with those smaller diameter chunks, that's where the tree is starting to branch off, right? And at all those sections where it's branching off, that's where you get like that waviness, almost like an iridescent look to the wood sometimes. So your pallet wood is often going to be some of the most beautiful wood. So don't sleep on pallet wood. Here's another cool little piece. Again, pallet wood. Now, as far as like the brush dump goes, I've got a really nice chunk of apple. So where we live, we've got a ton of apple trees. Apple grows really good in this area, but the wood is beautiful. So this is a nice like a bigger limb off an apple tree. You can see it's probably, I don't know, 1.5 inches thick or something, maybe. Pretty thick chunk. I cut this with a chainsaw by hand too. I don't have like a sawmill or nothing, but I flattened it, slabbed it with my machine. So you can see it's pretty flat now. I actually use this in my store as like an extra shelf just to present items. But you can see, look how beautiful, that's apple wood. You can see it kind of has that iridescent look to it in spots. But this was completely free from the brush dump. I just had to bring it home, cut it into a slab with my chainsaw by hand. Again, I don't have a lot of stuff. I don't have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of tools. I mean, even a chainsaw isn't cheap, I understand. But I certainly don't have a sawmill, and I just did this by hand. So, free wood everywhere, guys. Take advantage. There's no excuse that you can't get into this. Oh, I can't afford the wood or the lumber. There's free wood everywhere. Even something like this. I thought this was super cool. I found this at some larger manufacturer, but it's got this stamp of Wisconsin, WI for Wisconsin. And this would just make, like, I don't know, a cute little thing to hang photos on or something. I've got like 3 or 4 of these in the basement, but even something like that, like, I mean, I could literally, I got this. This is exactly how I got it. I could probably sell this right here for like 20 bucks, honestly. So, yeah, there is opportunity everywhere. Tomorrow I've got a video planned already. I'm going to take you through a project I did on easel, but I made like almost $250 off of all free wood. I made it out of 2x4s. So I've got MDF, I've got plywood, I've got 2x4s, I got 2x6s, I've got like 2x10s, I've got 4x4 posts, you name it. I've got so many types of free wood. You guys should see my house. Sometime I'll probably show you my basement, which is just nuts. It's just full of wood. But again, 2x4s are a big one. I've got a beautiful array of 2x4s, and I made an order for somebody. I made $250 on it. It took like less than a day, and it was all done with free wood. So there is opportunity everywhere. No excuses. Go out and get it. Look around. Start looking for these things if this is the kind of stuff that you want to do. And I'm sure there's opportunities like this everywhere, not just in woodworking. So yeah, that's it. Have a good day, guys. Like I said, stay tuned. Tomorrow I'm going to do a cool video how I made $250 in less than a day with a very simple project with absolutely free wood. All right, guys. Have a good day.